Hey YouTube, this is another tabletop review. Another Benchmade. All right. This is the Bushcraft knife offered by Benchmade. It's a fixed blade. Obviously comes in this leather sheath. Does not come with this ferro rod that I purchased on Amazon, and it fits nicely right in there. Oh, and the diameter of this is actually is 1/2 inch, and that's the one that actually fits quite nicely. It's just very snug right in there. And of course added some duct tape. All right. It does come with the D-ring. I added that carabiner, and that's just because I didn't like it this close to my belt line, and it stays actually pretty tight to my body. And so when you're trying to take somewhat of this larger knife, and the handle is very thick too, and so close to your body, trying to place the knife back in the sheath, I didn't really like it, and how high that it actually rode up on the side of my hip. So this I liked, just because you can clip it to a backpack or actually onto a belt loop, and if it's on the side, it'll go back and forth, but it's not hitting you in the front of the leg. So hangs down, and when you go to put it back in the sheath, that you can clearly see, move it away from your body and clearly see where you're placing it in and slide it down. So but yeah, pretty good quality sheath. And of course the knife, oh, there it goes. The knife overall as well, of course, made by Benchmade, US made, with a limited lifetime warranty. And this one comes in the S30V steel, highly corrosion resistant, and it's full from the butt to the tip is all one solid piece, which makes it very heavy and a nice thick, I think it's micarta handle, but it fits really well even for my hands, which are smaller. Fits really well into there, and just really reduces the fatigue on your hand from using it all day chopping and whatnot. And it's very well balanced too. You can just open your hand, and you can feel that weight of it just wants to stay planted in your hand, which makes it very balanced. So when you're doing a task, that you're not fighting the momentum of the blade wanting to sling forward, where most of the weight, just like a kind of a pendulum principle, it stays on the bottom. So where your hand is going, it's going to follow that weight. So you're not fighting an alternate weight. Such as if you had, imagine you had a 1 pound weight at the tip. Of course, that's a little exaggerated. You'd be constantly fighting that to overcome that of whatever task you're doing with the knife. So having that weight focused down here does help with using this on a duty cycle basis. So yeah, and haven't used it a whole lot, honestly, because after a couple trips to the beach with the other Benchmade, the Griptilian, which is a folding knife, and I mentioned that in that video where I had to take the knife apart, and fairly simple. You just take this one screw out, the blade falls out, and you have 2 brass washers, and just clean it off overall, get all the fine sand out of there. And rather than doing that, that's when I purchased a fixed blade with the same type of steel. And this one, I've left it in the sand, and we're on saltwater beach, and I've left it in the sand, left stuck in the sand. And of course it's exposed to the salt water, and had it in the salt water as well. And like I said, I probably later that night I did rinse it off in the sink just real quickly, not even with soap, and did nothing else. And here it stands with still without any corrosion. And from Benchmade's test, this is more corrosion resistant than stainless steel. And the test they do, they actually drop this in salt water and just leave it there, and it still does not corrode. So even just lying there in salt water for, I think up to, it was an extended period of time, I don't remember. Anyways, won't see an ounce of rust on it. And actually back here, you have quite a thick edge, a lot of steel back there. I'm gonna say that is about, oh, yeah, almost a 1/4 inch thick there. And it actually has a very sharp angle right there, which at first was kind of concerning. Just because if you have your thumb up there, it is quite sharp. Already you can see that it's taking off some of my skin cells. But what that is really good for is to get a lot of shaved off without using obviously the blade. You don't want to dull your blade on your magnesium or ferrous rod here. So this sharp edge, you can shave off a lot of material very quickly and get a lot of chunks out, so the very first time you go to strike it, that you can light your tinder on fire very well. So yeah. But like I said, it's, even though I've had it for about 6-7 months, honestly, after one trip to the beach, this was intended for backpacking and for camping. So, and primarily my purpose is for the beach, where I don't want to wash out all the sand constantly out of all my folding knives. So got this fixed one, and I like it. It's a quality knife, so very rarely buying something that's quality, and I don't buy and sell a lot. I will take my time and consider a purchase, and if I feel that the product has true value of what they're charging, then I will purchase it. So I don't intend on selling it, so I will keep this indefinitely. So it's another reason why I don't mind paying for a quality blade as such, is it's not going anywhere. I mean, and my kids will probably have it when they're old enough. So yeah, hope you like it. Like, subscribe if you do. And all right, thanks, bye.